If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I highly suggest you do before continuing with this one. Time didn't stop for me. Life just kept moving forward. I poured every ounce of myself into my studies. Every painful memory became my fuel. Every tear I shed became my strength. The girl who was once told she was a burden was now determined to become a pillar of support for herself. I studied late into the night, the glow of the lamp my only companion. I stayed focused, disciplined, and slowly I started to excel. My grades improved, my confidence grew, and for the first time, I felt a sense of accomplishment. I was no longer just surviving, I was thriving. My professors noticed my dedication, and I even started receiving appreciation for my hard work in college. After graduation, a new chapter began. I was selected by a large multinational company, a dream come true for many. Stepping into that corporate building, dressed in formal wear, I felt a surge of pride. For the very first time in my life, I was standing completely on my own 2 feet. I started earning well. The financial independence was liberating, but I knew deep down that money was never my only goal. Looking out at the city from my office window, I often found my thoughts drifting back. I never forgot where I came from. I never forgot the sting of being unwanted, the ache of loneliness. And most of all, I never forgot the countless children out there who, like me, had no one to call their own. That realization led me to make another life-changing decision. I started an NGO. It wasn't just for girls, but for every single orphan child who needed love, care, and a guiding hand. I wanted to become the person I had desperately needed in my own childhood. I began spending my free time teaching them, playing with them, and simply being there for them. Seeing their smiling faces was a reward far greater than any paycheck. Then one day, the unexpected happened. My mother and father came to meet me. They stood before me, their faces etched with regret. With tears streaming down their cheeks, they said they were sorry. They told me they had finally realized their mistake. The 2 children they were once so proud of, my brothers, had gone abroad after getting married. At first, the calls were regular, but slowly they became less frequent. Eventually, the contact dwindled to almost nothing. In the quiet emptiness of their house, my parents finally understood the value of the daughter they had so carelessly ignored. Listening to them, I had every reason to turn my back, to walk away and let them feel a fraction of the pain they had caused me. But I chose something harder. I chose forgiveness. I reached out and held their hands. I forgave them. Not because they deserved it, but because my heart had grown big enough to let go of the bitterness. I refused to let their past mistakes define my future. Still, I continued living with my aunt and grandmother. They were my true family, the ones who had stood by me when no one else did. Their home was my sanctuary. But I made it a point to visit my parents regularly. I asked them what they needed, cared for them in their old age, and fulfilled my duty as a daughter. Sometimes, in quiet moments, my mind still wanders to Rocky. That little white Pomeranian who came into my life like a whirlwind, taught me the meaning of unconditional love, and then left without a single goodbye. His memory is a soft, bittersweet ache in my heart. Through all these experiences, I finally understood a fundamental truth of life. People come and go. Some leave even when we desperately want them to stay. Others leave behind deep scars. But in the end, we must learn to find our own footing, to stand strong on our own. This was the story of Chanda, a girl who refused to be broken. A woman who chose forgiveness over resentment and growth over bitterness. She took her pain and transformed it into a powerful purpose, creating a life filled with love, meaning, and a legacy of kindness. A life she truly deserved. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe to AK Storytales for more.